In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make lightning. Now the first thing I want to do is create a new window here and give it a large file size of around 2000 by 1800 pixels. But that's going to depend on the photo in the background. This is going to work for me. So I'm going to create a new layer and I'm going to zoom out and select the marquee tool. Now I want to make sure when I do this I select away from the wall here, because that's going to mess up my effect if I'm on the wall. I'm going to do this. I'm going to fill this by filling with black or hitting Alt Backspace, and I'm going to Control Alt, click this, and drag it, and that's going to clone it. They don't all have to be exactly perfect as far as how much white you have in between them. If anything, that will give it a varied look, and that's what we want. So we'll deselect that, and we'll come up to Filter, and we'll go to Blur and Gaussian blur that. 20 pixels should be fine. Now we're going to come up and go to Filter again, go to Distort, and then Polar Coordinates. This is going to give us the whole lightning look we want. So hit OK to that. Give that a second here. Okay, now what we want to do is, leaving these colors as the foreground and background, we want to come up and go to Render Difference Clouds. As you notice, you start to see the lightning look here, but the lightning is black and the background is white. So we want to invert that by hitting Control or Command I, and that will give you the light and dark look we actually want. Now we're going to need to bring up the Levels command by hitting Control or Command L, and as we slide this down, you'll notice we will start to lose the background and get pretty much just the lightning. Now we can hit OK when you start to get most of the look you want. Now since this black is already selected, you can get your brush tool and we can zoom in here and we can brush away a lot of this black. Now the stuff around the lightning itself you can kind of keep, but the stuff that's kind of not attached here we can get rid of, because that will affect our look. When you get most of it and it suits your needs, what you'll want to do then is you want to change the color. So I'm going to bring up my hue saturation box by hitting Command or Control U and come down here and hit Colorize. I want to take this hue and slide it over to make a nice blue, and I want to raise the saturation up to maybe about 60 and keep the lightness where it's at. Now hit OK on that. Now what we want to do is hit V, or come up here and select the Move tool, and we want to take this picture and slide it to the one in the background. Discard any color profile information it might ask you. Now with this image on top, we want to come here and select Screen, and what this is going to do is only let the light go through. So you want to take you'll probably have the Move tool still selected. You want to grab this and move it down right to the power tool, just like that. And that is the overall look we want. That concludes this tutorial.